An armored footstep echoes from somewhere down the corridor behind you. Someone is coming.
Armored?
More guards, probably. We're down the culvert, right? Next to the cell?
Yep.
Ryle will duck to the side. Make a stealth check.
Totally. Because of the darkness and the cover, I will give advantage to any stealth check you guys make.
You probably have to yank Lady Celeste over to the side.
Which I do.
2 15s.
It's a
Total's 22.
7 and a 16. So I think I'll go with the 16 for the 17.
You guys are good. Ladies?
Mine's really good, a 21.
Mine too, actually. 17.
Perfect. With surprising grace, the four of you manage to dart from sight and listen as what now sounds like a number of figures approaches from down the corridor. Torchlight creeps closer, allowing each of you a chance as they pass to glance their faces.
Perception?
Now, if you're all looking, you can see them as they pass. First come a pair of guards, male, halberds, torches. Their helms are open, however, revealing their scaled, serpentine faces beneath. Next comes a single figure, her hands held humbly together. She wears a breastplate over a long skirt that swishes about her ankles, and her face is veiled. Lastly come another set of guards, identical to the first, and the five of them march away into darkness.
Headed.
Back down the tunnel. Back the way you guys came.
Who are all those forks in the path? I wonder where they lead.
Wherever she's going, I bet.
What do you guys do?
Oh, can I... I don't know.
What's up?
Cast my divine sense on her?
Ooh, smart. What's the range on that?
Range? I'm not sure. Let me...
It should be under the class description if it's not there.
Yeah, I might need to...
Saved by the bell.
Another break?
Yep. I swear, they have the most evil
It is
timing.
8:40. P, get snacks, talk amongst yourselves. We'll be back at 8:50 sharp.
Phone call.
Man,
Yeah, Liv texted
everything
me
is
plans
just
for the weekend.
unraveling.
Never fear, I shall be
No
back before the
kidding.
alarm dare
You
chimeth.
picked a hell of a first
Yeah,
night.
I had no idea it was going to be so fucking turbulent.
I don't know. I think it's cool.
Yeah, no, it's totally cool. It's just, a lot. Ever since you showed up, we've been running around not knowing what's going to happen next.
I'm pretty sure where we're going next. Or where Celeste is going next.
And that's?
After her. The Duchess. Lady Celeste was sent here to stomp out corruption, and that's exactly what...
Okay, but...
What? She's demonstrably evil.
Is she, though?
She tortured you. She turned your hand to stone.
Okay, she committed an evil act. That doesn't make her...
She's committing evil acts all over the place. She's torturing people, she's turning them to stone,
She's also at war.
and that makes it okay?
Well...
It's not that it's okay, it's just... It's not so black and white as that.
Sure. To Lady Celeste, though, it is that black and white. She was sent here to investigate rumors that the Duchess was up to some evil shit. In my book, torture and petrification and snake cults all count as some evil-ass shit.
To us, though, she's fighting a war. A losing war. And how could she be expected...
Which is not an excuse to commit these evil acts, and it is not something that we will stand idly by about, but... I don't know, it's complicated.
Which is exactly what that asshole's intending, right? Bastard.
To us, she's an important ally and the temple NPC for pretty much the entire campaign. And she's the only thing standing between us and an elven invasion.
Which is fair. Lady Celeste doesn't have any of that baggage. Can we all agree that what she's doing is obviously evil and needs to stop?
I mean, obviously, yes, it's more complicated than that.
Then the question is really just, what do we do?
And how do we do it?
Right. Because the situation is so delicate. Like, anything that we do that upsets the war or Darzovia's defense is going to have seriously lasting repercussions.
You're talking about killing her.
Whoa.
I'm talking about anything. Like, I don't see how we can reason with her. The snake Colton's so entrenched, right? Like, beyond even Casimir.
Yeah, they're her guards. There's fucking snake monsters running around the castle.
I don't feel like a few persuasion checks is gonna do
At the same time, We don't know the full story, like the severity of it. Fletch has his memories, which are hazy. There's the testimony of this prisoner, but that still leaves big gaps. We don't know what she thinks. We don't know what she believes. Casimir was such an influence.
But the thing is, I wonder, like now, how much he was a bad influence on her. Like, how do we know that wasn't all her? The wound and everything.
Well,
He could have been advising her, sure, but if she's at least as deep in the snake cult stuff as he is...
Was.
Right. If she's at least as deep as he was, that all could have been her. Like, she's been torturing people since the beginning. Since, like, my backstory.
that's what I'm saying. We don't know.
And we need to find out.
Exactly.
How do you propose we do that?
Confront her.
What does confront her mean?
Well, we know where she is now. We follow her, tell her we know everything, give her the chance to repent. She's a member of the Steel Sistren, remember? Or was.
And if she doesn't?
Doesn't repent? Well, then we make her see reason.
You're saying we fight her?
If that becomes necessary, yes. Why? What other option do we have?
I don't know.
To me, killing her and hauling her off to prison achieve the same effect. It destabilizes the war effort and gives the elves the chance they need to wipe us out. What she's doing might be evil, but she's achieving results.
See, it's that kind of talk that's going to get us into trouble. I bet that's exactly how she got into the snake cult shit. I bet that's what Casimir or whoever told her.
What do you suggest we do? Even in the unlikely event that she, gives up willingly? Who leads the war? Who leads Darzovia?
Who would she be giving herself up to anyway? Us?
The church. Remember, she's a member of the Steel Sistren, my order. She's taken oaths that are pretty explicit about snake cults.
So you're suggesting that we somehow capture her
If she refuses to come peacefully,
and somehow haul her all the way back to where? To Triumph?
to face justice before the tribunal, yeah.
Then who leads the war? What happens to Darzovia when their ruler is charged with treason and hauled off to some foreign trial?
What about us? Why can't we lead the war effort?
Because the Duchy of Darzovia... Because there has always been a Nightspear upon the throne of Darzovia. Yes, there have been madmen and tyrants in their history, but there has always been a Nightspear upon the throne. What you speak of is treason and
Aren't
usurpation.
her crimes worse?
Yeah, how is it treason if she's an unlawful ruler? If she imprisons and tortures her own people?
Look, I agree with you in theory. In theory, what she's doing is terrible and absolutely, in our minds, justifies treason. In the minds of the people, she is still the Duchess. Even were all this to come to light, even accurately, it would still leave the land utterly divided, shattered, easy pickings for Melindor.
2
What
minutes.
you need is a solution that keeps the status quo. Even temporarily, long enough to shore up the country's defenses.
You think we should hide this? You think we can hide this?
Well, we certainly can't let the fact that their Duchess is a snake-worshipping monster become public knowledge. Things are shaky enough as it is. I don't see how this can go down without dealing a serious blow to Darzovia in the process.
Yeah, I think you're right. Maybe once the war's
It's
over.
gotta be now. Lady Celeste isn't gonna stand.
Maybe what's best for Lady Celeste isn't what's best for
In the
Darzovia.
long run, what's best for Darzovia is to remove the Duchess from power as quickly as possible.
How do you figure?
We don't know what she's capable of. The Duchess we know is a front, is an act she's been feeding us since the very beginning of the campaign. Even if her intentions are noble, her methods are utterly corrupt, and she's been hiding them from us the entire time because she knows they're corrupt. She unleashed an evil artifact and destroyed miles and miles of countryside
To save her people.
to defeat her enemy. In her mind, a few miles of farmland was a reasonable enough sacrifice to stop the elves in the field. What's next? A few farmers? A village?
She
We
wouldn't.
don't know. And if we do nothing, sooner or later we're gonna find out.
Do you have a solution then?
Not an elegant one. We follow her. confront her, and we give her the chance to repent. If she doesn't, we take her down.
End the war.
She poses a much bigger threat to her own people right now than the elves do.
What we need is a figurehead. Someone to take over her leadership role.
She's unmarried. She has no heirs.
They won't trust me. They won't trust you.
Would they trust you?
Hey, now. Many times has the crown landed at my feet. Never have I stooped to retrieve it.
You got a better idea?
You know the land, you know the people. In this time of war, you could be the hero that Darzovia needs.
That's not what Zydromedes is about, though. He leads from behind the throne, never atop it.
You wouldn't, actually sit on the throne. What's the thing they have in Gondor?
A steward.
A steward, sure. Like the steward of Gondor. Well, he went bonkers and died in a fire, though, so it's not the best example.
What's worse for Darzovia? A depraved duchess who sacrifices her own people for victory in war, or a reluctant stewardship undertaken by he who knows the land best?
Maybe. Maybe. It's all going to depend on what happens with the Duchess in the first place.
Are you willing to confront her?
I mean, that's probably inevitable at this point.
Then we need a game plan.
I want answers first thing. For this, for Casimir, for all of it.
I think it's also important that we present the option of surrender. The last thing we want to do is go in there guns blazing, especially if she's willing to come quietly.
I don't think that's especially likely, but we can keep it on the table. I want her alive, to be brought up on charges before the tribunal.
I agree. She has got to be taken alive, no matter what. I'm not sure shipping her across the continent is our best move.
I think that's a problem for another day.
Yeah, I agree. We don't even know how fucking powerful she is, right? She could be campaign villain level powerful, in which case we're fucked.
Meta. But, yes.
How much time do we have?
Oh, the alarm went off. We went back to the past 3 minutes or so. Just didn't want to, interrupt.
You fucking love this. I knew it.
The eternal question, however, stands. What do you do?